We're out the Bonneville Salt Flats with my good friend Jim Deist. I guess we've been friends about 30 years. Jim makes the best parachute safety equipment out there, and I guess he's a pioneer in it.
Right.
When did you start building parachutes, Jim?
1948.
1948. Well, that's a long time.
When the nylon first came on the market, they cut the nylon and it raveled, and we made a toaster wire that would cut it and heat seal it at the same time.
Yeah, it'd sear it so it would stop raveling.
And then later on I made a hot knife that hot cuts it, and it would do the job for it and keep it from raveling out. And from then on, everything's cut that way.
Well, what about out at Bonneville? How many years you been coming to Bonneville?
Since 1958.
1958.
Came up here with Mickey Thompson. Originally, we put a parachute, the first parachute on about 1955 on a little old, the car was going 104 miles an hour. He was having trouble stopping. And his dad worked at Lockheed, and we were making the parachutes to go on the I can't remember the name.
The old fighter planes, anyway.
Yeah, the old original fighter planes. His dad said, well, why don't you put a parachute on it? And the kid called up the place, and I was a project engineer at the time, and they gave me the phone call because I knew a little bit about racing. And so anyhow, it worked out that I wound up taking a damaged chute, fixing it up for him, one that was beyond economical repair. And I repaired it at night on my own time, and I gave it to the kid. The first time we put it on the back, the chute came out and hooked on the push bar. And so I went over and got some cardboard, and I had some tape in my car. We covered up the top of the push bar, and the next run it worked perfect. And from then on, anyhow, the kid wound up running out there a number of times. And one day Mickey Thompson was there, and he came out just, scouting. It was a weekend that he wasn't running at the Lions, and Mickey was running Lions drag strip at the time. And he came out and he said, we have to bring this guy to Lions. I want you to bring your car and demonstrate the chute there, because it's something new. They hadn't had it Lions. So they found me again and brought me out, made me come with them. And I came out there, and Mickey grabbed me, and I spent the rest of the day in his Cadillac. Running up and down the track. Every time there was an accident or a clutch blow up or something like that, we went to see. Yeah. Well, you've been building parachutes ever since that day, and we come out here, and just about every other car has either got your fire suits on, they got their fire suit, the drivers, right, or the car's got their parachutes. And our fire bottles and seat belts and the whole 9 yards. Yeah, I'll tell you what, this guy's a real pioneer. He saved a lot of lives through the years, and I'll tell you what, these racers, they really owe it to my friend Jim Deist. We've been coming out here every year. Every year. Since unless it rains. Yeah, unless it rains. Hey, good luck, Jim. Thanks a lot. You bet. Thank you. Okay, I tell you what, we got Louie Center together and Jim Deist. All right, guys, I know you're both, well, let's say young timers, old timers, I don't know, but you've been out here for a long time. We go back to 1946 when I started business, making all the equipment for the guys who rep the lakes. In fact, I built the original timing stand for SCTA down at my shop on Jefferson Boulevard. And you ran a Studebaker up here, too? Yeah, I ran a Studebaker back in 1950 and ran 247 with a Studebaker. Back in 1950, 200? Yeah, 247 mile an hour with a Studebaker. And your rear end came out, right? That's right. I mean, if it wasn't for the rear end breaking, we had a Halbrand rear end split over, we'd have had a return run of way above that. But so the rear end broke. So you're making lots of horsepower way back then, yeah, with a single unit, and Kegel drove it. How hard were you cheating when you run it? Well, we ran about 75% nitro. Wait a minute, no, he wasn't cheating. Oh, you couldn't squeeze any more in it. We couldn't squeeze, we got all night. How fast did you go? Huh? How fast did you
Well, I drove it once, but I didn't make a run. I ran a 200-mile-an-hour run, but I didn't
come back?
come back, so I never got in the club. But my car got in the club, and I always said that the 200-mile-an-hour club should put the car owners in the club too.
Oh, I agree.
I agree. Now here I got my car runs over 200 many times, but I'm not in the club. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I don't think that's right either.
And like, that's right. That's the way it should be.
Louie made pistons and wheels. He was one of the first wheel manufacturers.
Yeah, I made it called the Anson Sprint wheel. It was the most famous wheel for 17 years, and a lot of these guys are still running, wheel. I made the first forged steel rod, and I made the forged pistons, and Nick Harris Pistons today is my own company.
Oh, yes.
And then Miller Rods was also my old company. So I had a lot of different companies out here that done it. In fact, prior to that, before the war, I used to had a machine shop home. I used to do a lot of machining for all the guys who used to come up and run. We used to go what we call street drag racing.
Yes.
And I originally owned the first drag strip, Saugus drag strip. That was mine. I owned it.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Saugus drag was mine. In fact, the Greer Black and Prudhomme car was also my car at one time.
Gee, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that was my car at one time. And me and Ed Pink, we used to run up here all the time. Ed Pink and me, and we were a team for about 10 years, Ed Pink and me. And he was a really good guy. He was very precise, did a lot of good work. So we had a lot of fun racing. So I can't knock it. If I had to do it all over, I'd do it all over again.
I'll tell you what, between Jim and you, there's about 100 years of salt flats experience out here, even more than that.
Yeah, I've been in business for 50 years.
50 years.
50 years.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're a big part of this drag racing and the salt flats racing, and you've given a lot out here to as far as safety and even wheels, and it's incredible what you two have done.
Well, I think Jim and myself has really enjoyed the business.
Yeah.
It was part of our life, let's put it that way. And we meet a lot of good friends. We got any place we go in the world, we got good friends.
Yeah, you can bet that. Yeah, the camaraderie out here is just unbelievable. Everybody is so friendly out here.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hey, good luck, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.